Hello, beautiful ones. Happy Sunday. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for honoring yourself. Thank you for sharing space. Right now, I am just playing a root chakra, deep grounding, slow shaman drum in the background. I'm always talking about how important it is to focus on the root chakra. But if you're in here, let me know who you are, how you're doing. And as people start coming in, it will start around 3 o'clock. So let me know your name, where you're from. Hello, welcome. Let me know your name, where you're from. Is it Lajay? Lajay from Delaware. Hello, how are you? Everyone, if you are here, please be sure to grab a pen and paper. Okay, like this is all about taking notes. Okay, I am just here to share space, but at the end of the day, you are your own healer. You are your own spiritual guide. I am just here to share space. Spirit has really put it on my heart to talk about this for the month of July. I was feeling very conflicted and kind of lost about my role and in this collective and what I'm. The Asia. Oh, that's pretty. I hope I said it right the second time. That's really beautiful. Thank you for being here. And so I was just asking Spirit, like, okay, what do you want me to do? Like, what am I doing? Because I feel like for a long time, I always say this, before it was cool, I was talking about self-love almost 10 years ago. And now that everyone is talking about self-love, it kind of makes me feel like, okay, well, what am I supposed to talk about? And Spirit's like, let's do inner child healing. So I have been healing my inner child for the past 2-3 years. And I really just, I want to provide the practical tools that I have used that allowed me to be more confident, that allowed me to have higher self-esteem, that allowed me to forgive my mom, that allowed me to forgive my grandmother, that allowed me to move from a space of peace and to be able to know the difference between what is my mind and what is the ego. So as people are coming in, I'm asking you to let me know your name, where you are from, and we can start about like 3 o'clock. In the background, I'm just playing a root chakra meditation that is focused on the root chakra. A lot of people like to open up the third eye when they come into spirituality and into getting to know the soul that they are. But for me, it's the root chakra, because the root chakra, which is located at the perineum, which is the space between your butthole and your other private part. Hey, Simon in England. I was just in London in April for my cousin's wedding. Oh my God, my shirt. I was just in London. So it's so nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Be sure to grab a paper and pen to take notes. And so sometimes, like, because I'm letting like spirit and love and light just flow through me, sometimes I will draw a blank. So please forgive me in advance. Please forgive me in advance. But I'm so thankful, so happy to share space. Also, this is going to be every Sunday. Hey, Alexis from North Carolina. How are you, my love? This is going to be every Sunday, but I am feeling called again to see your faces. So I'm going to be moving this from Zoom. Um, I used to do these through 2020, and I did them for a while last year. But I'm bringing them back. But I want to see your faces, so I got to get on Zoom. So I really appreciate all divine donations, so that I'm able to pay that monthly Zoom bill, because I do want to see your guys' faces and I want to hear from you. I'm ready. I'm ready to hear from you. I'm ready to fully share space, but I'm thankful and happy you all are here today. We will be going on Zoom next week, so be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and just look out for that community tab, or follow me on Insta so that you can know, so that you can get that Zoom link. So we've got about one more. Oh, it's 3 o'clock. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to talk. We're going to do our guided meditation. Might do a little prayer. And this is really a space for you. If you have questions throughout, please ask them throughout. I'm happy to answer any questions throughout. So as we are here together in this space, let's go ahead and close our eyes collectively. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose, releasing through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Last one, in through the nose, holding at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Finding a comfortable seated position and just being in this moment. Whatever's going on around you, let it go on. Whatever's going on around you, let it go on. But this is your time. This is your space. So with the inner child, your inner child, we exist in many different dimensions. And your inner child is one of those dimensions. Your inner child could be your teenage self, your adolescent self, your infant self, whatever it is. And that version of us is always with us, the same way our higher self is always with us. And it's not so much that it's like the past, the present, the future, they're all existing at the same time. So a lot of us did not grow up with conscious parents. So we didn't always have the most emotionally available, emotionally understanding parental figures. And so that meant that a lot of times we would go through things as children on our own. And that creates adults today who are emotionally unavailable, adults today that are still that wounded inner child, and that seeps into our love life, that seeps into our finances, that seeps into our worthiness, seeps into our self-esteem. I know for me, the first time I ever experienced trauma was when I was 2 years old. I was only on this earth for 2 years and I experienced trauma. And that is unfortunately normal in this third dimension. You will never, it is hyper rare to ever meet somebody who has not had some form of trauma growing up. And it is because our parents had trauma from their parents, had trauma from their parents, and nobody really knew or had the tools to heal that, to stop it. And that's why many of us today call ourselves generational curse breakers, generational low frequency breakers, because we were the ones that, before we came and incarnated onto this earth, we are the ones that said, okay, I'm going to intentionally come into this family. I'm going to know what I'm going to go through so that I can completely shift the dynamics of this lineage and allowing that to ripple out into the collective. So when you think about it from that point of view, you understand how powerful you really are. And it helps you to get out of the, oh, I'm a hurt little girl, I'm a hurt little boy mentality and energy. I think sometimes with healing the inner child, a lot of times on social media, it's like, I'm going to go color, I'm going to paint, I'm going to, personally for me, I shared this earlier this week, my computer is covered in like super happy, colorful rainbow stickers because that's what makes my inner child happy. And that is kind of the same thing with the self-love journey, where it's like, it's the superficial stuff. But to really have an inner child that can say thank you to the adult that you are because you saved her or him, because you saw her or him or them, because you healed them, that takes looking at the dark, heavy, traumatic stuff. And people don't want to do that, which is why we're here today, right? We have the guts, we have the courage to look at the past and say, you know what? I'm going to look at this, I'm going to release this, and I'm going to move forward. There's this idea that when you heal yourself, you are healing 7 generations before you and 7 generations after you. That's powerful. And that's what you are. You are powerful. The things that you went through, we're here to teach you what you needed to learn in this incarnation. It's so important to give yourself the opportunity to be gentle with your inner child. Because your inner child has been through enough, haven't they? They've been through enough. And as we heal the inner child, we heal the adult that we are. And if we heal the adult that we are able to be that change that we want to see in the world. There are too many of us walking around in deep hurt, in deep shame, in deep negativity because of wounds from childhood. One of the most important things during your inner child healing, and please, if you are taking notes, this is one of the most important things, is to feel the anger towards your parents, but to not stay stuck in that. When I tell you, baby, the anger that I felt towards my parent and towards the generation before me and the adults that I grew up around was so thick and so heavy and so strong. But I had to feel that. You have to feel that. As a human being, you are not your emotions. Everybody has emotions. Everyone has feelings. And you have to feel them. You have to feel them. Part of being human, you came here to this earth to really experience feeling, to experience the emotions. You came here to experience everything. And that includes anger and rage. One way that I was able to move out of that anger and rage was to exercise my throat chakra, which was totally closed up as a child, and to have the hard conversations with my mother. I grew up with a narcissistic mother. My father left when I was 2. If you guys know, I was born into a cult, and that cult basically took my dad. He transitioned out of my life. And then I was raised by my grandmother, who was a better grandmother than she was as a mother. So I was in this household being raised by a woman, my mother, who had not healed her anger, her rage, her hurt from her childhood, where my grandmother, her mother, really continued to vibrate in this energy of you can't be accepted as you are. You have to earn love. Do what I say because I'm in control of you. So this was the energy that I was born into, that I came into, that I came to basically destroy and cut off and clear out, as did you. You are allowed to feel sad. You are allowed to feel angry. You are allowed to journal. You are allowed to sit in it. You are allowed to. But I am asking you not to sit in it for too long. And I'm not talking about a day. I'm not talking about a week. Okay. At the beginning of this live, I said that I've been doing inner child healing for 3 years. Okay. I literally healed something off of myself yesterday. Because think about it. I'm 33. So my first trauma was at 2. So 31 years of living in a narcissistic environment, heaviness, negativity, all types of traumas, poverty mindset, sexual trauma. And then finally, in these past 3 years, releasing that from me. It takes time. It takes time. But you are starting, and that is what matters the most, right? You are starting it now. Or maybe you've been starting it. Maybe you've been on that journey of healing it, of healing your inner child. It's really important to look at the worst parts of tuning into the worst parts of your childhood and into those feelings. I know that I deeply felt unloved and misunderstood. I can feel that when I was 5 years old. Like those are my earliest memories, is when I was 4 and 5. Feeling deeply unloved, deeply not accepted. It's important for you to understand that the adult that you are that might have low self-esteem, the adult that you are that might have anxiety, that might have depression, that might have suicidal ideation or suicidal thoughts, you have to go back to when those heavy, dark emotions first started. And you have to start transmuting that. You have to start bringing that up to the surface, admitting that you could have been depressed at 6, 7, 13. Admitting that your childhood was not all roses and awesomeness and video games and going outside. And no, those things are true, but that's not what we're talking about. As I stated earlier, inner child healing is about looking at the dark shiznai, okay? Looking at the dark stuff. Bringing it up and out so that it can never return in this dimension or any dimension, any other dimension ever again. Your inner child deserves to be free. But what is something for you? If you guys want to comment, what does your inner child desire to be, desire to feel? Let me know in the chat. What did you not receive? If you don't feel comfortable sharing, go ahead. This is a journaling prompt for you tonight. What does my inner child desire the most? And then write that down. You can write it in the chat. That can be a journal prompt for you for tonight for journaling, or this afternoon for journaling. What does my inner child desire the most? Alexis says, desire to be understood and seen. And that means that when Alexis was growing up, Rachel Brown, hello, beautiful one, says love. So that means that whatever love is to Rachel, she did not receive that because her parents did not have it to give. Love and protection, being understood and heard. See, we come from a generation of mothers and fathers who also were not understood by their parents. And because they didn't have that space, that freedom, no one poured into them in that way. Simon says emotional safety and comfort. Wow, I love that one. They did not come from that space, so they don't have it to give. That's another big thing. As you're moving through these heavy emotions, remember that your parents did not have it to give. Because if they had it, they would have given it. That's it. Period. It really is as simple as that. They did not have it to give. Take the word as you're going through your healing process. And again, we're going to be working together for the rest of the month. As you go through your healing process, take the word parent off of the person that raised you and just see them as a human being who never had the opportunity. Yes, forgiving them. And before forgiveness can come, anger and rage and sadness is allowed to be there. Because if you just go from, oh, my parents like beat me and did not let me feel comfortable, I forgive them. No, because that's spiritual bypassing. That's putting glitter on shit. We're trying to clean the shit out so that all that's left is glitter and rainbows and butterflies. It's important to, as you are healing your inner child, it is important to ask your parents if they are still living, or whoever you can ask. It is important to ask them, what was their childhood like? So that you can have a better understanding of why they were not accepting of you, why they didn't see you, why they didn't understand you. And have compassion, not feeling bad, okay? Having compassion for them. But most of all, most importantly, having compassion for your inner child, for what you went through, for what you had to endure. I'm an empath, right? I am a empowered empath. One moment, I'm going to answer that question, but I am an empowered empath. But growing up, I took on the energy of my narcissistic mother. And I had so much compassion for herself. I never even, for her and her childhood, that she just lived in that victim energy. I never thought about, up until a few years ago, 3 years ago, I never thought about, damn, what did my inner child go through? What was my childhood like? Because I rarely got compassion from others, but I had to give it to myself first. And that is the most powerful thing about this inner child healing is, woo, baby, the fact that you get to give yourself comfort, emotional, what did Simon say? He said, emotional safety, the fact that you get to see yourself, the fact that you get to understand yourself, that's what Spirit wanted you to learn all along. And when I tell you those moments where I just work with, I like to work with Divine Mother, I work with Jesus, and I'm just like, wow, thank you for this moment, because this is what I needed. But I didn't need my parent or a partner or a friend or social media to do that for me. When you can give it to yourself, it's the best feeling in the whole wide world. And I'm praying, praying, praying that by the end of July, everyone will be able to experience that at least once. So Opie, I hope I said your name right. Opie asked, how do you bring yourself to ask that question to a parent you still view as intimidating and hostile? My parent, I'm Ghanaian, by the way. My family is from Ghana. I was born here, but I'm Ghanaian. So for any Africans in the house, you already know what's up. Do not expect a sorry. Do not expect accountability. Do not expect a hug and love and a crying session. Don't expect anything. What is most important, Opie? You have to just go to them and say, hey, can I talk to you? And it is about setting your inner child free. You're not looking for anything from your parent. If you had a parent like mine, my parent lives in like anger. So growing up, I always felt scared. Rachel, I'm gonna comment on your comment in a moment. I always felt scared to speak up for myself because my mother was always so like just angry and just like you never knew, so unstable, right? And that's how a lot of parents are. That's how a lot of African parents are. I need you, OP, to remember it is not about your parent. It is about freeing yourself. After I would have these in the beginning, I would have these really hard conversations with my parent who, again, a narcissist. She's not going to take accountability. And part of me would feel like, dang, like I wish that she would just, be more like me. And the other part of me would feel relieved that I finally said what I wanted to say all these years. So Opie, I am asking you to just remember it's about you and relief and freedom. Your parent, that is just a person, that is just a human being. They don't have to give you, don't expect anything from them. It is about you. Rachel Brown says, I hit my dad with a lot of this, and he dismissed all of it. So what happens with, and thank you for sharing that, Opie. Thank you for asking, Opie. Thank you for sharing that, Rachel. I'm gonna get to your second question in one moment, Leasia. So the thing is, when we hit our parents with this heavy emotional stuff, they can't handle it because they have never given themselves the opportunity to go within. They have never given themselves the opportunity to feel those emotions or feel what was underneath the anger and madness, which is sadness, which is them not feeling emotionally safe, them not feeling comfortable, them not feeling seen, them not feeling understood. They never got to come on a YouTube live and talk about this. You get what I'm saying? We don't need, keyword, need. Ooh, I want y'all to get this. Ooh, I feel emotional. We do not need anything emotionally from our parents. And I am telling you this, I am telling you this, I am telling you this. We speak up and we tell them how we feel to free ourselves. We forgive them. We accept them as they are. Radical acceptance. Woo! Make sure you write that down if you're taking notes. As you're on this journey, Radical acceptance. I didn't speak to my mom for almost a year. Okay? A year. And when I reconciled with her, spirit was like radical acceptance, because I could feel myself. I was in my power, which is what this is all about, is regaining your power. I was in my power, but I was still kind of like moving in this narcissistic empath dynamic. And spirit was like radical acceptance. You don't need anything from her. Emotionally, you do not need anything from her. She does not need to see you. You do not need to be validated by her. And that's what I want y'all to take with your parents. Radical acceptance. You are not here to save them. You are not here to heal them. You are not here to do any of that. You are here to do that for yourself. Leandra says, it was like I was her punching bag. Same. Who can attest to that? Very rude towards me, kind of like a hateful, jealous, angry soul towards me, and chooses men over me. And I'm so sorry that you went through that. Okay? I'm so sorry that you went through that. You did not deserve that. And that was not a reflection of you, beautiful one. That was not a reflection of you, beautiful soul that you are. It was not a reflection of you. It is always going to be, a person is always going to project onto others how they feel about themselves. A lot of us, that's the thing, is like, grandparents are usually always nicer to grandkids because parents see their children, the old generation, they see their children as an extension of themselves. Excuse me. So they don't actually see you, they see themselves. So if your mother hates herself, she's going to project jealousy, or she's going to project rudeness onto you. If you're nothing like her, which is my story, I'm nothing like my mom, she's going to project this jealousy, always making comments about the way that I had a very critical mother, and I didn't deserve to be criticized, okay, at all. Didn't deserve it, wasn't necessary. In her mind, she's like teaching me da-da-da. No, she was criticized by her mother, and so she brought that to me, but it's over. I don't criticize myself anymore. Simon says, blame is pointless. We have to do the work of healing ourselves. Yes. And it is okay to be angry, to be mad, to be enraged, and still have compassion for them and forgive them. All can be true at once. Everything you need is within you emotionally. You need love, it's within you. You need emotional safety and stability, it's in you. That's how powerful you are. That's how powerful the Creator made you. That's why you came back to this earth. That's why you came back to heal this the generation before you and the generations after you. Yes, amen. Leandra says, it felt good to actually finally be able to identify that root. Keyword root. That's why we got the root chakra going on in the background. Your root chakra is all about, and I'm thankful that you feel free from that. And we ask Spirit to let you be free from that in all dimensions and in all lifetimes. And to have it never return again. Amen. The root chakra is about safety. The root chakra is about feeling safe with money, feeling safe in the home, feeling safe in your body, feeling safe with food, feeling safe with the basics of being a human. If you don't feel safe in your root chakra, you will not feel safe having sex or being a creative person. And this is going up the chakras. You will not feel safe speaking up for yourself, being confident in yourself. You will not feel safe receiving and giving love. You will not feel safe speaking up for yourself. You will not feel safe seeing past the outer realm. And you will not feel safe connecting with God. The root chakra is the most important chakra. And when you get to the root of anything, you are free. When you get to the root of anything that is harmful and hurtful and does not serve you, you are free. And so if you are, so here's a practical tool, because I said I was going to give you guys practical tools. Simon says, I don't feel safe and I experience lower back problems. If you, in metaphysics, if you have lower back issues, that means that you don't feel supported. Whether that's by yourself or by people in your life, you don't feel supported. Excuse me. And you don't feel, you're saying you don't feel safe. So for anyone that does not feel safe, start listening to root chakra binaural beats guided meditations during the month of July. I'm going to put in the chat my favorite guided meditation. This is the one that we're listening to right now. But I'm going to give you guys some of my favorite meditation channels. So there's Pura Rasa. I love her. There is, what's that other one? I think it's called Meditative Mind. Sorry for any misspellings. Meditative Mind. And then, oh, Self-Healing Collective. Love them. Self-Healing Collective. Because at the end of the day, okay, you know, we're not going to sit in the energy of, I don't feel safe, I don't feel supported. That's what we're eradicating for the month of July. We are letting that go, right? Because we don't want to be a victim like them. We want to free our inner child. We want our inner child to feel safe. I'm going to give you guys a practical tool in a moment, and then we'll go into meditation. But Leisha says, I always had dreams about things that happened to her in her childhood, and it's kind of scary that we lost the same brother. Her son and her brother had the same name. Okay, so it also sounds like there's a karmic relationship here with you and your parent, which is for me, that's what it is for me as well. Where in a past lifetime, my mother was actually my sister, and she would basically, this is why past life regression meditations are so helpful, because they allow you to have better understanding of what you're meant to do in this lifetime. So in the past lifetime, she was my older sister, and she felt entitled to my money, my things, me, my stuff. And that came into the beginning of this lifetime, right? Because when we come into this incarnation, we're coming with the old soul, the soul that we were in the lifetime before. And we're coming here as the old soul in order to become the more awakened, evolved soul by going through these terrible, sucky, traumatic things and opening up to our own power. At the end of the day, we don't want to get stuck in our story. Like I said earlier, I was born into a cult. My mom is a narcissist. My dad died. La, 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 la. Those are stories. They don't define me. Your stories don't define you. You are here to bring them to the surface, to release them, and to let it go. Let it go. If you are taking notes, that's the point, is to let it go. So one practical tool that really, really helped me. Oh. Okay. So Simon says, I came across you, Abena, because I'm going through my second Saturn's return. Wow. Okay, wow. And feeling everything isn't working anymore and experiencing a lot of anger coming up. Right. And, you know, obviously with your Saturn's return, that's the point, right? The point is for everything to crumble. You think that you were your mom in a past life? Maybe. You were your mom in a past life. I'm not sure about that. Maybe you knew each other in a past life. Maybe you were her mom in a past life. But if you guys are here together at the same time, I don't think you guys would be the same soul. But anyway, yeah, Saturn's return is all about fucking your life up so that you can become who you are meant to be. You are blessed, Simon, to have a second Saturn's return. And I know it does not feel like it, baby, but you are blessed to have a second Saturn's return. And life is not meant to be, your life right now in your second Saturn's return is not meant to be right, correct, easy. That's not the point of a Saturn's return. Every day, Simon, ask whoever your guides are, whoever you pray to, whoever, whatever, ask your higher self, what do I need to learn during this Saturn's return? That's your homework for the month, Simon. What do I need to learn during this Saturn's return? Let it be easy for you, okay? Use your spirit guides. Use your higher self. We are not alone in this human experience. Our spirit guides, our angels, they know how hard it is to be human, but they are always available, always. So every day, ask, what am I here to learn? What do I need to learn from my second Saturn's return? What does the soul that I am? What is the consciousness that I am? Oh, absolutely, Leisha. Saturn is the teacher. Exactly. Saturn is the teacher. Saturn is the disciplinarian. Saturn is the tougher planet, the tougher energy. So every day ask, Saturn, what are you here to teach me? All right. So the practical tool I have for you guys that really helped me is writing and burning. When we write, it is energetic release. That's why journaling is so important. And when we use the element of fire, fire is devours, right? Fire destroys. Fire is powerful. Fire is clearing. Fire cleanses. So this is what helped me with my anger towards my mother. So if you guys are taking notes, I can even write it in here. So I would start my letters with, I now decree and declare, that the soul that I am is now free from the emotional trauma that, and I put your parents' name there, that blank brought to me. I now remove this energy. I'm sending it into the chat, by the way. I now surrender this energy to, now I work with Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael and Jesus and my higher self and Divine Mother, and obviously universe, obviously. But I use the angels. So I now surrender this, and you use what works for you. This is what works for me. I can't tell you what works for you. So I now surrender this energy to whoever it is for you. Again, it's Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael for me. And may this energy be removed from my ego, my subconscious, my inner child, all the years I have been on this earth, in all dimensions, in all lifetimes, never to return. And so it is. So it is. And then what you're going to do is you're going to burn that paper. So obviously burn it in a sink, burn it somewhere that is going to be safe to burn. Please do not hurt yourself. What I will say is watch the flames. Watch what thoughts come up when you are burning that paper, burning that letter. And I have done this, I think, in the past year, I think I've done this like 60 times. Okay, because I was doing intense ancestral healing last summer. Like this time last year, I was doing incredible ancestral healing. Serious work, okay? And I think in the past year, I have done it 60 times. I have done that. Whatever was coming up during that time, I would just pray, I would cry, and I would write and burn. Next week, we can do tapping. I'm certified in emotional freedom technique. So next week, we can do tapping. Tapping releases the energy from the meridian points in our bodies. When we have trauma, our body, there's a book called Body Keeps Count. I don't have that book, but that's just a really good title, right? Because everything that you have experienced, all those feelings, if it is not out, it is still here. It is still in the body. For me too, Simon. I used to have really bad back pain, really bad lower back pain. I'm releasing a lot of pain in my shoulders, carrying too much, carrying other people's stuff. So yeah, that is the practical tool that you can use on your inner child healing journey. So if you have a question or anything, let's get into the guided meditation. I will wait a few moments if anyone has any questions before we enter into the guided meditation. When you are ready, go ahead and plant your feet on the ground or sit in lotus or crisscross. Go ahead and inhale, bringing your arms up. My shirt is a little tight. Bringing your hands to prayer, bringing your hands to your heart, closing your eyes, setting an intention for your meditation. Take a deep breath in, release. Take a deep breath in, release. Go ahead and placing your hands, palms down on your legs, because we want the energy to root. We want to root into ourselves. Bringing release to your forehead, to the scalp. Releasing all tension from the backs of the eyes. Creating separation between your teeth, dropping your tongue. Relaxing the throat. Inhaling, bringing the shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, dropping them down. Keeping your back straight but not rigid. As you inhale, your belly should expand. As you exhale, your belly should contract. Relaxing your genitals. Completely relaxing your knees, your calves, your shins. All the way to your toes, bringing deep, deep, deep relaxation. Continuing deep belly breaths throughout the meditation. meditation, I will be speaking affirmations being brought to me by love, light, by love, light, by spirit. Allow these affirmations to reach your inner child. If you're feeling angry or sad or upset, that's completely fine. Bring it into this meditation. You are allowed to feel your feelings. Your inner child is now safe. Yes, your inner child is now safe. Your inner child is in this space with you. And they thank you. Your inner child thanks you for acknowledging them today, for acknowledging the hurt, the pain, the trauma they've been carrying. That's all they ever wanted. They just wanted someone to see them. And that someone is you. You are more than worthy. You are more than capable. You are enough for your inner child as you are today. Your inner child feels safest with the adult that you are today. Your inner child feels safest with you. You are not here to parent your parents. You are here to reparent yourself. You are here to parent the inner child. Continuing to take deep belly breaths in and out through the nostrils. You can handle the pain that your inner child is ready to let go of. Your inner child is giving it to you because it knows that you have the power, the love, the ability to transmute it and release it. You are responsible for yourself, and you are responsible to your inner child. You are so deeply loved. Your angels, your spirit guides, the Creator deeply loves you as you are today. Because the Creator never saw anything wrong with you. There was never anything wrong with you. Never. It's okay to move forward now. It's okay to move on, to move forward, hand in hand with your inner child, knowing that you are enough for your inner child, and your inner child is enough for you. Now, if you're feeling called to, I'm going to ask you to bring your arms around yourself, hugging yourself, and smile. Smiling activates dopamine, feel-good energy within your brain. As you're smiling and you're hugging yourself, imagine hugging your inner child. Imagine yourself as the parent that you wish you had, hugging your inner child. How powerful is that? Even if you're crying, even if you're mad, muster up a smile. Hugging yourself. If your smile gets bigger and you want to show your teeth, you are more than welcome to, because right now, your inner child feels so seen by you. And right now, the past doesn't matter, the future doesn't matter. Your inner child is just loving this embrace that you are giving them. Continue to breathe deep, smiling, and just imagining holding your younger self, whatever version came up for you. That could be your high school self, your 20s, 30s, 5, 6, 10, whatever version of your inner child came up, just hug them. If you want to speak out loud to them and just tell them, look, I know you've been through some things, but you are loved by me, and that is enough. I see you. You don't need anyone but me. I love you. And you deserve the best. You deserve nothing but love. Give gratitude for yourself in this moment, being in your power, which is love. Love is power. Being in love, being in power in this moment, and giving yourself something that you might have been waiting for others to give you. In this moment, honor the healer that you are. Honor the beautiful generational curse breaker that you are. Honor what you have just given yourself. You didn't have to wait for anyone to give it to you. Oh, your inner child is happy. They're so happy to be seen, to be loved, to be acknowledged. When you feel ready, go ahead and release the hug. Stay in that beautiful energy. If you listen closely, you can hear your inner child say thank you. Spirit, I thank you for this moment. Thank you for this moment of healing, revealing, releasing. I thank you for releasing what needs to go. I thank you for activating what needs to come up. I thank you for banishing what no longer serves any of these beautiful souls here. Spirit, we thank you for your love and your guidance throughout this month. We thank you for fearlessness and courage as we move deeper into healing our inner child. Thank you, Spirit, for bringing us everything that we need in the third dimension to continue on this healing journey. We surrender to you anger. We surrender to you shame. We surrender to you sadness. Thank you for bringing us love. Thank you for bringing us comfort. Thank you for bringing us allowance. Thank you for reminding us of free will, that we are allowed to love ourselves deeply, that we are allowed to radically accept our parents and to move forward and to move on, needing nothing from them. Thank you, Spirit, that we have everything that we need within us. Thank you for creating us this way. And so it is. Amen. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, opening your eyes when you're ready. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and feel free to share what came up for you. Go ahead and share anything you would like to share, any questions. As I stated, next week we're going to be in person so that I can see you all. That's beautiful, Rachel. That is beautiful. Thank you for releasing those tears. Crying is very cleansing for the body and very cleansing for the energy, for your energy and for your auric field. Simon says, more hugs, less drugs. Sending much love and blessings to you, Abena, and everyone else here from sunny old England. Blessings, Simon. I hope to see you next week. I know it's late over there. And please hug yourself throughout the week, Simon, and continue to ask Spirit, what do I need to learn during this Saturn's return? Love you, love you, love you, Simon. I hope to see you next week. And I hope this time works for you, because 8 p.m., that's a little late. But anyway, I am excited to share space with y'all next Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern time on Zoom. Thank you so much for the divine donations, because those are going to help me to keep the Zoom account going. So I just thank you so much for, this is beautiful and exactly what I needed. Sending so much love to you all. Thank you, Alexis. We love you, love you, love you. If you guys don't have my Cash App, it is BeenieTV. Shine. Hey, Shine. I'm new here. Thank you for the guided meditation. I absolutely loved and cried as well. I feel like I met the old me, so thank you so much. Oh my God, what a cool emoji. Oh, Shine. I hope to see you next week. Your inner child thanks you. Yes, if you guys have to go, but please share each other's Instagrams. If you're new to me, my Instagram is BeenieTV. Feel free to follow me on IG so that you guys can know when, so that you guys can get the Zoom link for next week's conversation. We will be continuing the inner child healing, and I'll show you guys how to do tapping, which allows you to free the energy from your body when it comes to reliving the old pain and old traumas. But feel free to share your Instagrams, like connect with each other. Spirit has really been calling me to get into community. So thank you so much for being here. I thank you for being here for yourself, right? I thank you for being here for yourself. Your inner child thanks you. Throughout the week, journal. Go ahead and do that writing and burning. Go ahead and let this healing be a intentional part of your week ahead. I was like, what's today? Today is Sunday. Let it be part of your week ahead. Thank you so much. Thank you for the divine donations. I feel so blessed and so thankful that I'm able to continue to share space. And now we're going to share space in a better way. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming. Be sure to subscribe. Just thank you. I just feel so happy right now. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I hope everyone has an amazing, blessed Sunday. You are loved. Feel free to send me a message on Instagram. My DMs are always open. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you guys next week. And I love you.